Hey there, let's talk about feelings. You know, like being happy or sad or super excited. But what if I told you that one of those feelings we sometimes think is kind of bad actually has a secret power? Seriously, let's figure out what it is.
You know that feeling, right? When your friend shows up with a brand new toy, or you see how fast they can run, and you get this weird kind of twisty feeling inside, that little voice that says, "Whoa, I wish I could do that." That feeling's called envy. And yeah, sometimes it can feel a little icky.
But here's the big secret. What if that twisty, icky feeling wasn't a bad thing at all? What if it was actually a clue to unlocking your very own superpower? How cool would that be?
To find this secret, we have to jump in our imaginary time machine and go way, way back, all the way to a place called ancient Greece. The people who lived there, the Greeks, were amazing thinkers, and they knew something really special about this feeling.
So, the Greeks were famous for a lot of things. I mean, just look at this list. Incredible buildings, stories about heroes, beautiful art. But check out that last one. They were also famous for being super competitive. They loved a good competition in sports, in art, in pretty much everything. And that, right there, that's our first big clue.
The Greeks actually had a special word for that competitive feeling. They called it Eris. But here's the interesting part. They didn't think there was just one kind of Eris. Nope. They believed there were two completely different kinds. On one hand, you had bad Eris. That's the yucky kind that starts arguments and makes people want to break things. But then there was good Eris, and this was the exciting kind. It's like a fun race where everyone tries their best. It doesn't want to destroy things, it wants to create things. It actually makes everyone better. And get this, the Greeks didn't see this good envy as a bad thing at all. In fact, they thought good Eris was an amazing gift sent to them by a kind god to help them do incredible things.
So how did this superpower actually work? Well, to help us understand, we're going to learn a few special secret words from another language, German. Think of them as keys that will help us unlock the whole secret. All right, our first secret word is Wettkampf. It's a German word, and it means a friendly competition to see who can do their absolute best. It's not about tearing people down, it's about building everyone up. So when the Greeks felt that good Eris, they'd want to join a Wettkampf.
And because they saw it that way, feeling that little bit of envy wasn't something to be ashamed of. They didn't see it as a flaw or, to use our next secret German word,
A Makel. That's a word that means a blemish or a bad mark, like a smudge on a perfectly clean piece of paper. And the Greeks thought that feeling of envy wasn't a makel on who you are. Instead, they saw it as a spark.
And that little spark of good envy, it was like fuel for a rocket. It lit a fire inside them and gave them this amazing drive to do something great. It gave them ambition, which leads us to our final secret word.
And that word is Ehrgeiz. It means ambition, that powerful feeling that pushes you to do something amazing. This was the superpower that good Eris gave the Greeks. This feeling, this Ehrgeiz, is what pushed them to become some of the most creative people in history.
So, let's put it all together. It's actually super simple, like a recipe. Step 1. An artist sees another artist's amazing work and feels that spark of good envy. Step 2. That feeling makes them join a friendly competition, a Wettkampf, to try and make something even better. And then, step 3, boom! A brand new, incredible piece of art gets created for everyone to enjoy. And this wasn't just some nice idea, it actually worked. There was a super smart Greek thinker named Plato, and he said that competing with other smart people is exactly what made him better at writing and speaking. That friendly rivalry pushed him to be great.
Okay, so that's a cool story about people who lived a long, long time ago. But what does that have to do with you, right here, right now? Well, you can use this ancient secret today.
The next time you feel that little twisty feeling of envy, just remember the ancient Greeks. Remember that it doesn't have to be a bad mark, a makil. It can be a spark. You can turn that feeling into fuel. Your friend drew an awesome dragon? Let it inspire you to practice your drawing a little more. They got a new high score in a game? Let that push you to try and beat your own high score. Let it help you build the coolest fort ever or finally learn that tricky song on the piano. So the next time you feel that little pang of envy, don't try to push it away. Instead, you can just say to yourself, "Oh, hey there, good Eris," and let it inspire you to create something wonderful.
So I'll leave you with this question. What amazing thing is your good envy going to push you to do?
What friendly competition, what Wettkampf are you going to start today to make something awesome?